This channel is usually about Great Britain, but today's video is about New England. Come along with us on a leaf peeping trip to New Hampshire, the Granite State, where the state motto is "Live free or die." We chose to visit central New Hampshire on the long weekend of October 9th through 11th. Because this was a 3-day weekend in the height of Fall Foliage Following, it was pretty busy. But we managed to see some lovely leaves and have some family fun, so here is a recap of our weekend. I had two favorite parts of our trip. One was a hike we took along the Lafayette Ridge Trail in the White Mountain National Forest. The other highlight was our donut experience. More on that later. But first, hiking. We drove from Boston north on Interstate 93 to Laconia to begin our long weekend enjoying the fall colors of New Hampshire. Our first destination for leaf peeping was the famous Kancamagus Highway, I think that's how you say it, also known as Route 112, or if you prefer, the Kanc. The highway is so popular that we were worried about traffic jams. With good reason. To avoid crowds, we opted to start from Lincoln, not Conway, and to not drive the entire length of the Kanc. Instead, we stopped at the very most important place, Otter Rocks, of course. This ended up being the perfect stop for us. We found parking in the car park and were able to scramble down to the river for some lovely views and fun photos.
Hey Dad, what you doing?
Oh, he's got his camera down in the river.
Oh yeah, getting the perfect angle.
Yeah.
All right.
Otter Rocks is a beautiful place. I'm loving it. Here's some video of Otter Rocks looking the other direction. And here's my family. Here's Ian and Trent and Natalie. Trent dancing in Otter Rocks. Then we headed back to Lincoln to avoid the rest of the Kanc congestion and head further north for more colorful leaves and hopefully fewer fellow leaf peepers. Going north from Lincoln toward Mount Lafayette, we stopped at the Boise Rock exit and made our way back to the Falling Waters trailhead. We are hiking on the Falling Waters Trail, following Ian, our intrepid leader. We did a leisurely hike up the mountain trail, enjoying the gorgeous trees, the colorful falling leaves, the streams, the waterfalls, the large rocks of various sizes, and of course, a wee picnic lunch, which consisted of crackers, salami, and cheese. Brie, of course, because that's my son Trent's favorite. We made the lunch a bit British by buying Carr's crackers. We did not add any fungus to our lunch, although we did see quite a lot of it along the hike, particularly on this tree trunk. I'm sitting on a big boulder in the middle of the stream, and we are headed up to that bridge. Now you know why it's called the Granite State. We We were so excited after hiking quite a while to reach a beautiful waterfall. At the end of our hike, we stopped for photos of Boise Rock. This huge rock was named after Thomas Boise, a teamster who was sledding through Franconia Notch one winter in the early 1800s when he was overtaken by a fierce snowstorm that blocked further passage. He took shelter under this rock to survive the bitter cold through the night until he was discovered by a search party the next day. Ian and I got a cute photo op atop the rock, and Ian posed for this cheeky photo under the rock, which is literally one of my favorite photos of him ever. Look at his face as he demonstrates his Herculean strength. Such fun! I was expecting the autumnal colors, but I was not expecting the majestic mountains in this area. It really was a most beautiful place to visit. Our home base for the weekend was in Laconia, New Hampshire, on Lake Winnipesaukee. We stayed at an Airbnb a few steps from Weirs Beach. The view from the lake up here is beautiful. And then look at all these Canada geese. Magenta flowers and cabbages. This is not a photo of our Airbnb, but it is the house in front of the place where we had to park for our Airbnb. I had to share this photo so you could see the first home I saw when we arrived. I was a little worried. Thankfully, our place was much less old and run down. The lake itself was beautiful and peaceful, a great place to relax. The town of Laconia was a quirky little place, a mix of lake life, touristy fun, beautiful nature, and quaint patriotism. The town had a boardwalk with video game arcades and bumper cars, and this fried bread concoction that was basically pizza dough, fried, and covered with powdered sugar and cinnamon. Trent and Ian had to order some. We did go out for one proper meal over the weekend at a restaurant aptly named Laconia Local Eatery. Trent ate this giant hamburger and a lovely looking creme brulee. Ian and I had the stuffed mushrooms and a cheesy salad and of course, dessert. It was called a warm chocolate cobbler, but actually looked like an incinerated brownie in a mini cast iron skillet. We were just disappointed they didn't have ice cream to go with it. Speaking of food, I'm going to conclude this video with an account of my favorite thing from the weekend: warm, fresh apple cider donuts. Unlike cider in the UK, American apple cider is not alcoholic, and it is a favorite donut ingredient, which is famous in the autumn in New England. Ian knew how much I wanted apple cider donuts with a bonus request for maple, and he found the perfect place in nearby Meredith, New Hampshire. Welcome to Knowlton Farm, an apple farm and, at this time of year, pumpkin farm. We're here at Cider Belly's Donuts. Here in October, perfect apple season, and they make their own cider and donuts here on the farm. We're supposed to be taking these donuts home to share with our family, but they're hot and fresh, so I might have to just eat one here in the parking lot. This is the maple drizzle. So it's the apple cider donut plus the drizzle of maple. Two amazing autumnal New England flavors together in one. These are fantastic. You can see all the cinnamon and apple flavor throughout the donut. It's so good. I also had one of the cinnamon and sugar covered apple cider donuts when we got back to our Airbnb. It was also extremely tasty. We're here in the fall foliage, autumn colors, and this cute farmhouse with all the pumpkins and the white pumpkins spelling out boo. As we were leaving the farm, I caught a glimpse of this sign about an upcoming scarecrow stroll. This reminded me of the time several years ago that we drove through a wee village in Yorkshire that was having their annual Scarecrow Festival. The town of Kettlewell. Fun times. I hope you enjoyed this video of our leaf peeping adventures in New Hampshire. Join us over the next couple weeks when our videos will feature our trips to the Massachusetts towns of Boston, Cambridge, and Rockport. Thanks so much for watching, and do something good in the world today.